This is the 2017 Toyota Prius Prime. It's the successor to the outgoing Toyota Prius Plug-In, which I was not a fan of. That vehicle would get 13 miles of range on a full charge. This vehicle gets 25 miles of range on a full charge, which is better than the estimate they originally gave us of 22. Starting price is just over $27,000, which is about $6,000 less than a comparably equipped Chevy Volt. The base internal combustion engine of the Prius Prime is the same 1.8-liter four-cylinder engine you will find in the current generation Toyota Prius. The big news is in the number of battery cells. You have 95 in this Prius Prime plug-in. The 2015 plug-in that it replaces and the current generation Toyota Prius only have 56 battery cells. Big difference. What does that mean? 640 miles of total range in this Prius Prime. Average fuel economy is 54 miles to the gallon. Toyota believes that most Prius Prime owners are going to use the 120-volt charger at home. It comes standard with the car, and it's going to take about 5.5 hours to do a full charge if you're completely depleted. Now, if you have one of these level 2 chargers that you're going to find in your community, that'll take a little over 2 hours. Last year, when the 4th generation Prius came out, it received a lot of criticism for its styling. The Prius Prime has very different styling. So it starts all up front here. You have this acrylic coated grille, which I think looks great, something new that they're trying. You also have these quad LED headlights, and this is kind of taken from the Mirai. And what they tell us is that these are their 2 most technically advanced vehicles, so they want to give it that high-tech look. Overall, the Prius Prime is 4.2 inches longer than the comparable 4th generation Toyota Prius. But it's what they've done back here with the design and the styling that's really impressed me. So you have this dual wave rear glass design. All of these lights light up at nighttime. This is a very futuristic look. And this is what critics are saying. Why didn't you give the regular Prius this look? Over here you have almost 20 cubic feet of cargo space, and this hatch is made of carbon fiber. It's exposed. People love to see exposed carbon fiber. It looks great. So they put a lot of high-tech materials into this vehicle, but I gotta tell you, on the inside, it's even more impressive. As mentioned, the starting price is just over $27,000 for the base Prius Prime, but if you go with the middle or top tier, which starts at $28,800, you're gonna get this 11.5-inch high-definition touchscreen, which I think is brilliant. It looks really good. This is kind of what Tesla's done. Now, Tesla's is 17 inches, but that's an $80,000 car versus a $30,000 car. We haven't had a lot of time to play with this system, but overall it looks pretty good. Still no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but I have a feeling that if demand continues, Toyota's going to have to cave and give customers what they want. The seating position of the Prius Prime has been lowered compared to the regular Prius 4. You also have 60% stiffer chassis compared to the last generation Prius plug-in. So you really do notice that it's a much firmer feel, and you have a lot of different drive modes to choose from. You also have a double wishbone rear suspension, which helps tremendously. Now, Toyota tells us this car is fun to drive, but I think what's really fun is to drive by gas stations with that 640 miles of range. I certainly wouldn't call it fun to drive, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. I like it a little bit better than the Volt. I think they're pretty comparable with how they drive. Where it really stands out beyond the Volt, I think, is the interior build quality. I think the styling is a little bit better, and the overall range. But if you want that pure EV range, the Volt is going to have a little bit of an edge with about 53 miles of range versus 25 for the Prius Prime. The instrumentation is engaging, which is what a hybrid or plug-in hybrid driver really wants, because it's not going to be the most exciting car to drive, but it's nice when you have all these graphics to engage you, and they're actually very informative. It even allows you to schedule when your Prius Prime is going to be charged, so you can take advantage of the lower electricity rates. You even have a battery warmer, so if you live in cold climate, you can have it preheat the battery so that when you start up, you're in pure EV mode. So a lot of technology, a lot of thought has gone into this. Let's face it, Toyota is the world's leader in hybrid vehicles. The Prius is the best-selling hybrid ever, and it's just going to continue. Even though gas prices are low right now and there isn't a lot of incentive, there is financial incentive. For example, $4,500 federal tax money and about $2,000 in local tax credit. So you could get about $6,500 off, not quite the $7,500 you used to be able to get, but that's still pretty impressive. So when you think about, even if you get the top trim level, you could end up with that vehicle for less than $25,000, and that really does blow away the Volt. I'm Ron Doran. We'll see you next time on The Driver's Seat.